So last time we talked about prefilling. Today we are going to talk about chaining complex prompts for some performance. So you all know AI can get confused, especially when it's working with complex tasks, which include a lot of steps. So a better way to do that is to break the task into multiple steps and prompting the AI with each step using the input from the previous step. Yeah. So that's what they call prompt chaining the complex. A chain would be step 1 and step 2 and step 3 like that. Yeah. So why do you do this? It gives you more accurate answers because the AI is not overwhelmed with the whole task, but instead it works on it as subtasks, hence it becomes more accurate. It also helps in clarity because when you do smaller tasks, the tasks are clearer to the AI that you're working with. Yeah. It also helps in traceability. So for example, when the AI gets something wrong, you're able to pinpoint where the error is in your prompt so that you can clear it and do something better. So we also look at when to chain tasks. So the types of tasks that can be chained are like research analysis tasks. So like when you're synthesizing a document for research, you can put in the prompt. So for example, there are multiple tasks in research. You can identify the topic, then you get data for the topic, then you review the data. Then in those steps, you can synthesize your research topic and get good data. Yeah. So if the AI performs a step poorly, you can change the particular prompt in the steps that you're doing the work in. So as I said, it helps in traceability so you know exactly where the error is in your prompt. Yeah. So how to chain your prompts? First of all, you're going to identify the subtasks of your complex prompts. And examples of subtasks. So for example, you're creating content. You'll have to first research about the content and then outline what content you want, then draft the work you want to do, then you edit it, then you format it into the type of work you want to present, type of content you want to present. There are several other types of subtasks. So for example, when you're making a decision about a certain topic, you want to first gather info, then you list the options, then you analyze each of the options, then you recommend basing on the options you've analyzed. So after identifying the subtasks, you structure your prompt with XML. I remember we talked about XML in our previous discussions. The XML can look something like this. If you can remember. Okay. Yeah. So you structure your instructions using XML. So the first tag could be, so for example, the first subtask was gather info. So it would be info, then you write the prompt for gathering info, then you close the tag like that for each subtask. Then for each subtask, you need to have a single goal that you want to. You need to have a single goal that you want to achieve for each subtask. So should have one clear objective. So for example, if you're identifying information, that should be the only objective of that particular subtask. Am I making sense? Okay. So after that, you can iterate if you don't find the AI's output satisfying, you can identify the problem and iterate. You can identify the problem and iterate the cycle until you get the output you want. Examples. I know the examples are a bit technical. I don't know if you want to dive into them. I can post the link in the group. Alright. So for example, if you wanted to say summarize a research paper, the prompt could be like summarize this research paper. Summarize this research paper. This is now without the chaining bits. Oh, this is chaining, sorry. This is the first subtask, summarizing the research paper. So you get the paper, you attach the paper, you attach the paper to the AI. Then you tell it what to focus on. So, for example, the research paper, if you want to focus on the methodology or the findings in the paper, that's what you do. So this is what you input into the AI. Right? So that AI would give you some sort of output. So using that output would be something like, you'd have gotten the output, so you get that output, the summary you've gotten, then you attach it, and then you prompt the AI to provide feedback on this particular research paper that you've gotten a summary for, based on the summary that you wanted attached. Yeah. So after that, you can improve the paper based on the feedback they have given you on this research. Does that make sense? Yes, so there are more examples, but I will not dive into that right now. Thank you very much.